Welcome back to the Ross Bolen podcast. I'm your host, Ross Bolen, here with your co-host, Jared Borslow, a.k.a. J-Bones. Jared, how are you, sir?
I'm good. They also call me Jaboni the Jabroni.
Who calls you that?
Some punks.
Punk kids picking on you when you're on the way to the office walking with your lunch pail?
No, I'm telling them to get off my lawn.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I forgot you're older now.
Yeah, and then they made me eat this white dog poop.
Oh, you had to lick it, not eat it.
Oh, no,
they made him lick it.
They made me eat it.
You making references to the great Chris Farley and... No, wait, what movie is that?
Step Brothers.
Step Brothers. Holy God. Why did I almost... I confused that with not Tommy Boy. What's the other one?
Tommy Girl?
No, it's where Chris Farley and David Spade go on a trip. Black Sheep.
Black Sheep.
Black Sheep.
I don't get to flex my knowledge of rap and movies, which is very limited very often.
Yeah.
I almost did it right there.
Road. J-Bone, as you pointed out on this week's ad-free premium edition of RBP, available exclusively on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast, I have my fingernails, as you put it, painted.
Yeah, you look like that Australian kid we posted on Instagram a long time ago.
Right? Love that guy. So yeah, I live with and raise a toddler most of the time with my girlfriend when the baby is not with her dad. And she's like coming up on 3 years old, so she's full-blown princess and obsessed with Frozen and painting her own nails and trying to do her makeup like her mommy with this little kid fake makeup kit. It's absurd. On a related note, I have been a rabid, anxious nail biter since I was like 12 years old. Probably about the time I started to notice the world wasn't the friendly place I originally thought it was. But that's for like a Patreon mental health minisode. So I see the baby wanting to paint her nails and her mommy's nails all the time. And I see Tyler, the Creator, painting his nails, Kid Cudi painting his nails, A$AP Rocky probably painting his nails. I assume Cudi's also wearing full-blown wedding dresses, and I think A$AP as well. My point being, it's becoming more of a thing amongst dudes I like stylistically. And frankly, after all this nightmare weaning off this antidepressant and with where I'm at in life, I just don't give a fuck anymore. So I let the baby paint my nails. Not DaBaby, the rapper. Again, to be clear, this is my girl's toddler we're talking about. Also, I figure it might help me stop biting my nails if they're like silver blue or whatever this was. Need to get them done again. So far, it is not. I'm still biting them. So that's why my nails are painted and might remain that way for a while. I need to find my color, my sheer.
Can you taste the paint?
My shine or whatever. It hasn't happened yet. I'm a little worried. But that's the thing. See, it's already helping me mentally try to build a block away from biting on my nails. And also, I just feel it's acceptable. And fuck the haters.
I've never been a nail biter, except when I'm watching a very, exhilarating sporting event, maybe.
Okay.
Even then, I don't actually nail
So
bite.
in your most anxious moments.
No, I figuratively nail bite in those moments.
Okay.
Like, oh, that was a real nail biter. I just don't.
You use it as a term. You don't actually bite your nails.
Exactly. But I don't get the. I don't want to say appeal because I know you're not doing it because you like it. You're just doing it because like you do it, right?
Yeah.
But
sure.
like when you're biting them, like I don't want nail in my mouth. What the fuck?
This is gonna be gross. Trigger warning. I eat my nails and I spit the nails everywhere and I chew off my physical skin. It's not just the nails, bro. I'm chewing off like it's bad. We can't zoom in because we don't have like a video person in here actually controlling these cameras, but it's not good. So I'm taking drastic measures. And now the next step for me, like, look, I've gotten pedicures. I've gotten like 1 or 2 manicures now. Starting to do some self-care things that adults do for their hands and their gross feet. And they get worse as you get older. These things get worse and grosser. And the next step is for me to find my color and my sheer or what my shine. I don't know what it's called because these have already started fading. I am a straight man who has sex with a woman and my nails are painted. And these pants are basically tights. And I'm 34, and I don't give a fuck. And if you don't like it, you get out. I'm also wearing this baller-ass coat today.
Okay. I said this on the Patreon episode.
Uh-huh.
Patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast.
Sure.
If Ross had a like Cam Newton hat on, he'd look like Carmen Sandiego right now.
Yeah, and again, I have to sing it. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? I actually do have an update on DaBaby, the rapper. So, are you familiar? Have you heard about this? Have you seen this?
I know DaBaby. It's your girlfriend.
No, but have you seen the latest? No, DaBaby.
Oh, okay.
DaBaby, canceled culture, homophobic DaBaby. Have you heard about the latest?
Nope.
Yes, stoked on that. Okay. So he has a slew of baby mamas. All right, that's just an accurate statement, and like no judgment. And one of them has been living with him, and apparently she's pretty famous. Now I don't know her, and I'm not that plugged into the hip hop scene at his level, where he's at anyway. That group, let me put it that way, and they haven't been getting along, Jared. They've been having relationship issues, Jared, and they've been fighting. Now, here's the funny part about it, because that's not fun, and they have a newborn baby. Newborn baby. Right there in the house. Can't be fighting. Now, the funny part is, and disturbing, and also kind of infuriating, is every time they fight, DaBaby goes live on Instagram and films the entire thing and lets over 100,000 people, in one case, watch live. And in this one case, Jared, with 100,000 people watching as he demeaned and disrespected this woman, I don't know what happened before or after, or no, someone what happened after, I know, because I'm about to tell you. He then called the police on her and claimed she was being violent and threatening and crazy. Again, all this is all on Instagram Live, and tried to have her arrested. She remained in the home, and they continued fighting. And I know this, too, because he went live on Instagram again. The dude has completely fucking derailed. It's one of those things where you're watching and you can't look away, and you're just like, this isn't good, though, that this happens in society. Like a good McDonald's fight. Like they're fun and hilarious because fights don't typically happen in fast food restaurants. But my God, when they do, they're sad as fuck. Trays are being thrown. People are being whacked over the head with Big Macs.
I just saw a Waffle House fight on Twitter yesterday.
And they get a little sad after a while. There's just a lot of them. Like the late night food joints, fights are happening in there, man. People are fucked up and they're hungry and they're hangry, Jared.
And horny.
Bonk. But this dude, DaBaby, is just a habitual line stepper at this point, where it's like, you don't do this to the mother of your child, bro. The kid's right there. You gotta behave better than that. And it's just yet another example of a general lack of respect for women in our society that continues to be a problem. And as I do like to mix comedy and very serious topics on this show, if you're new here, you will find it is not abnormal. This is one of them, where it is both hilarious because from a comedic standpoint, the fact that this man's relationship coping skill is going live on Instagram is utterly hysterical. But from a real world, real people, and newborn baby standpoint, it's really sad, and this guy fucking sucks. And I really liked some of his songs, and other of them made me want to light myself on fire.
I don't know any of his songs. What's one song?
I can't
Besides
even,
Levitating.
I'm not even going to give him that.
Okay.
I'm not going to give him that.
Okay.
And it's just sad. One of my favorite follows on Twitter, @DragonflyJones, said, if I feel an argument building up with me and my lady around even one, and then he did parentheses one, shouts to circling back, person, I nip that shit in the bud and we'll resume it at a later date. Hopping on IG Live to argue in front of 100,000 people is madness. And I quote tweeted that and said, this is why I staunchly refuse to date DaBaby or become one of his baby moms. And I just want to say, for the record, in all seriousness, do not date DaBaby right now. That dude is ass. Maybe down the line when you've had a chance to grow some, seek therapy, maybe then. But just based on this one behavior alone, not even counting the homophobic rant on stage that got him canceled or whatever, this is trash human behavior. Instagram Live.
Do you think he's doing it so that she doesn't, like, say, is this like a, what's it called? Like a...
Are you victim shaming, Jerry?
No.
Wow.
I'm saying, do you think he's doing it just in case he thinks maybe she's going to claim he did something and he wants, like, evidence and witnesses?
Victim shamer. I do think that he's doing it in part to de-escalate. Because I think if he turns on the cameras, he, for himself too, not just her.
Oh.
He knows if the cameras are on, he won't do anything that's going to get him put in jail. I do think it's a self-defense mechanism in a way. I do not think he is in any way considering her feelings or what this is doing to their child. So that's the part where I'm just like, fuck this guy. On top of the other stuff, on top of the fact that he has really struggled to change up his flow.
Like his rap flow?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So we're going, okay. Different criticism.
Different types of criticisms.
All criticisms, though.
Hey,
no
I've
rave
said,
reviews.
This is a show about everything. The opposite of Seinfeld.
So it's weird because I thought when you started talking about DaBaby, I thought you were going to pull a Dave and then use DaBaby as a means to completely derail into a different topic about transgender people.
Is that what Dave did?
The closer? Remember that entire...
Dave Chappelle. Dude, there are a lot of Daves in our life.
That's true.
There was Dave Bird, a.k.a. Lil Dicky. There's Dave Ruff. Circling back, there is Dave Chappelle. I don't think you can just say Dave anymore.
Okay.
No disrespect to Chappelle. You can say Chappelle, and everybody knows who you mean.
True. Can you name any more Daves?
David Letterman?
Well, he's David.
A lot of people call him Dave Letterman.
Who's the guy from Wendy's? David?
He's dead.
What was his name?
Fuck him. Rest in peace.
Is Wendy still alive?
Dave Wendy.
Dave Adams?
Adams? That doesn't sound right.
Dave McCarthy.
This is why I've never understood why you don't have a computer in front of you. It doesn't make sense to me at all. Strategically, as a podcaster, it's just a mistake, Jared.
Well, I have this large. This is a computer. There's a computer in here.
Here's the thing. I can't even really type right now.
Dave Thomas.
Because I'm faded.
It's Dave Thomas.
I got as far as Dave's single combo. That's what popped up.
That's what you typed.
Yeah, more fast
It's
food
Dave
talk.
Thomas.
More fast food talk later.
Oh, we love fast food.
We do.
There's fast food stickers behind you now.
I added to the set, and I've got some fast food stickers going on behind me. It's phenomenal stuff. If you watch us on TikTok
or YouTube,
at the Ross Bolen Podcast on TikTok, at the Ross Bolen Podcast on Instagram, at Ross Bolen Pod on Twitter. Watch us on YouTube. I don't know what the .com is.
Hey, if you have...
What is it? YouTube.com/what?
I don't know if we set up a custom URL
Fuck
yet.
ass. We need to.
It would be...
God, Jared, that's on you.
Well, yes. Now...
I'm kidding. You have very many responsibilities.
Yeah, but I'll still take it because I'm a team player.
Wow, what a winner.
I know. So... There are some people, I know there's at least one person listening to this right now who has never seen either of our faces minus your face in like the logo of the podcast.
In mugshot form.
Yeah. So
yeah,
like,
all the time we still get people who are like, that's what y'all look like? And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, God damn, I'm horny now.
Yeah.
And we're like, yeah, dead sexy, bitch.
People think I'm like this sexy, dripping Adonis based on my voice. And I have like a huge cock and shit. And then they look, they can't see my cock, but once they see the rest of me, they know that's not true.
See, mine's the reverse. They hear my voice and they think like, oh, it's probably a big old fat nerd. Guy loves Game of Thrones so much. And then they see me and they're like, God, what just a well-built Adonis with incredible calves and just regular sized nipples.
No, they're small. No, but I've got a question. Earlier you said something that I didn't even pick up on all day, and it's that the pants you're wearing are basically tights.
Yeah,
These
like
are-
Peter
these-
Pan tights.
Now, Ross wears
They got pockets on them though.
Ross wears really tight pants
I do.
every day
I do.
because his body frame. He's a Japanese hype beast. He does.
Look, here's the thing. Jap. So, wait, what?
That was a bad time to stop talking.
Bad time to cut off. I apologize. But my pants. I'm sorry. My pants were not made in Japan. They're Australian. They're from Zainrobe. And Oh, God, I forgot. I fucking forgot. After all that, what were we saying?
Your pants are tighter than normal. These are you wear tight pants a lot.
Oh, yes. Okay, thank you. God, I got there. The joggers I have found are typically perfectly fitted for me at 6'2", $150. And that's not by choice. I'm not bragging about being skinny. Holy God, I miss being at least 175. That's more my normal weight. This has been because of medicine and life. All right? I'm working on it. I gained some weight. I finally got to where I could see it in my face. I was like, God, I'm putting some weight. I don't look like I have like fucking some disease that's eating away at me. And then I got this stupid stomach bug and lost all of it again. I'm just like, fuck. And I lost my train of thought again.
Your pants are really tight.
So me and my tight pants. Oh my God, this is going really well for me and my branding and my image. Tight pants Bolen is what they're gonna. Why am I just saying things now that people can say? Okay, these fucking things fit me perfectly. A lot of people have to get them tailored or fix them up. They just happen to fit me perfectly. Joggers were the best thing that ever happened to me, and this is a pair of semi-joggers, but also maybe Peter Pan, if Peter Pan was a Japanese hype beast. Which, oh, sprinkle some fucking fairy dust on me and call me Sally.
Those are so tight.
Yeah,
It looks like those are long johns.
yeah. Don't look at my bulge. Leave me alone. Now I'm covering my penis with my hands. You're making me uncomfortable sexually.
I'm mostly just staring at your calves. Like these are form-fitted around your calves.
Oh, God, it's not good there. That area is not great. That's why I'm wearing this giant coat, because it's distracting as fuck. I mean, look at this thing. It's blue in the inside, but on the outside, it looks like it might be Burberry, but it's also actually Zane Rub.
You know who you look like right now? Now that I finally pinpointed it.
Please say somebody I like. Please say somebody I like. Please say somebody I like.
You look like the sketchy criminal from the neighborhood watch signs.
Damn it.
You're wearing the big trench coat, and he's like looking shifty-eyed.
Sunglasses, hat.
You need to look sideways.
I'm just out here doing crimes, bro. Let's do a read. Today's episode is brought to you by Quip. The Quip electric toothbrush, is loved by over 7 million mouths. It has timed sonic vibrations with 30-second pulses to guide a dentist-recommended 2-minute clean. One of my favorite features. I've been using Quip for a few years now. Best toothbrush ever made, bar none. It's not close. You're insane if you're using anything else. If you're listening to this show and you still don't have a Quip, I do not know what is wrong with you. You need to go to getquip.com/RBP today. But I digress and continue. It's a lightweight and sleek design for adults and kids. I've got DaBaby using one. She freaking loves it. It's pink, and they even have kid-flavored toothpaste for the baby, not DaBaby. Stop being confused about that.
Do kids use...
They brush their teeth,
Do they use regular-sized toothbrushes?
No, it's slightly smaller. It's for a child. It's a kid-sized Quip.
Fascinating.
No wires, no bulky charger to weigh you down, a multi-use travel cover that doubles as a mirror mount for less clutter, so mine is stuck right on my mirror. My Quip slides right into it every night, and every morning I take it out, I brush my teeth, do my thing, and that 2-minute counter with the 30-second intervals buzzing, it's beautiful because it gets you the even clean you want, the thing you feel when you come out of the dentist that's so different than you don't usually get if you're not brushing your teeth properly using a Quip from getquip.com/RBP, where if you go right now, you'll get your first refill free, and that's the thing you need to remember here. You know how you run out of toothpaste, you spend the next 2 weeks squeezing every inch out. It's a nightmare. It stinks. You're trying to conserve, but also it's just a nightmare. With Quip, when your toothbrush head wears down, there's a new one coming, baby. There's a refill plan. Shows up right on your doorstep. This whole thing comes to you right to your doorstep. The whole Quip experience. And it's not just toothbrushes either. Beyond the brush, Quip has everything you need to build a complete routine. They've got anti-cavity toothpaste in mint or watermelon. They're delicious. I love them. I just drink them and eat them. I'm kidding. But they help prevent cavities. They've got refillable mouthwash that's a 4 times concentrate, plus good for you and the planet. Jared?
I support the planet.
I do. I also support Quip. Do you?
We only have one planet, and you only have one opportunity to get Quip. Just kidding. You have many opportunities to get Quip. But this is the best one because we have a promo code.
We do. Go to getquip.com/RBP right now. First refill free. That's your first refill free at getquip.com/RBP, spelled GETQUIP.com/RBP. Quip, the good habits company.
Cool Quip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Quip.
Whip. Tuesday of this week ended up being one of the most historic days in hip-hop history. Or it might be, I guess, if the results hold up. If you have listened to our most recent episode, you're aware that I believe Kanye West has been kidnapped by Jay Prince Jr. at the behest of... by Jay Prince at the behest of Larry Hoover Jr. at the behest of Larry Hoover Sr.
So not Jay Prince Jr. is not implicated in this.
He is not. Well, he's not. Nobody's really implicated. I'm not a member of law enforcement. Fuck the police. I would never snitch, ride and die for my homies. But
There's allegations.
yeah, well, not what I just said. That's facts. But on Tuesday, Kanye posted a photo on Instagram that I'm sure many of you have seen at this point of Drake and him. So first time we know what happened. Jay Prince video seems pretty forced. Kanye seems like he might be being held hostage. The whole thing is ridiculous. This is the next step. And the photo is of Kanye and Drake. Drake in the middle, Kanye to the left, looking like his son, potentially, with his eyebrows shaved off, wearing a StockX VIP badge on his chest. And to the right, one Jay Prince. Drake looks like he's the most miserable he's ever been in his life, a la Kanye in the video that originally caused this whole stir. Kanye looks like Kanye, frankly.
He doesn't
change his face very much
Well-
often. Except he had no eyebrows, which makes it confusing.
He went full Whoopi Goldberg.
By the way, you know how I said his haircut looked like Britney Spears? This fool went on Drink Champs and said he called it the Britney. And I was like, does Kanye West listen to the Ross Bolen podcast? I'm kidding. I obviously don't think he listens to any podcast.
Why did he shave his eyebrows?
I mean, I get it at this point. I'm not joking. When these celebrities do this insane shit, it's because they have mental health stuff going on and because you can do whatever you want when you're a celebrity.
Would you ever shave your eyebrows for content?
Yeah, for sure.
How much money do people have to donate to a charity for you to shave your eyebrows?
$25K.
Okay.
If we get 25,000 to a charity by Christmas, I'll shave my eyebrows. Dead serious.
I hope somebody's got deep pockets.
Dead serious. I mean, there's a lot of y'all, man. Y'all can pull some fucking money if you want my eyebrows gone that bad, which would be weird to me. But hey, if it's for the kids, I'm in. What were we talking about before that?
This picture. Drake looks miserable.
Oh, yeah. So Drake is in the position that Kanye was in the original video, clearly. But Kanye was already in that position, so he looks slightly less miserable because he's accepting his fate at this point, I think, which is either death or peace. And I'm not kidding, but I'm also kidding. And it's funny, but it's also not. And so in the photo, Jay Prince, the pose he has chosen, Drake, arms crossed, peaceful, somber, scared. Kanye, delusioned, possibly on another planet, totally lacking in eyebrows. Jay Prince, finger pistol. Dead serious.
Yeah, I don't understand.
He's doing this. Like, told y'all motherfuckers I would get it done sort of thing. Almost just like, I don't even know. I don't even know. But, finger pistol. Classic move. Not one I expect in a peace photo. This is supposed to be a photo about peace. And this, like, if he had thrown the deuce up, that's a good time for the deuce. Unholster the deuce. Chunk it. But the finger pistol, the Shooter McGavin, this didn't seem like the time and place. A little shocking to me. A little bit strange. So this photo is outside of Drake's Canadian castle compound. And it is somehow even funnier than the original Kanye video. It is. More on what happened after that photo was taken. Turns out, this peace brokering took place up north in Canada at Drake's compound, which apparently Kanye also explained on Drink Champs when he published the address of this place. Drake had already made it publicly known. Apparently, it was a well-known thing that this is where he was putting it. It's this historical monument in Canada. Not a joke. For some people, obviously, there's Canadians listening who are like, I don't give a fuck where Drake lives. Love all y'all. What do they say? What are some Canadian things?
Sorry.
Sorry if I offended you. And what Drake did is invite basically some of the most prominent and powerful members of the hip-hop community and the comedy community that is engulfed in the hip-hop community, a la Dave Chappelle, to a massive party to celebrate this great peace brokering. At some point at this party, Chappelle got on stage with a microphone. Well, he did a lot of things. He performed music, he sang, he was clearly shithoused, maybe on drugs. Speculation. He looked fucking wasted, is what I'm saying. And Chappelle, he went off on a weird rant about Canada and how he was like, Canada, man. Like, the slaves used to run to Canada to escape from America, which is, I'm sure, true. It was an odd thing to bring up of the peace brokering of Kanye West and Drake in Drake's, I don't know, $50 million mansion or what. It was just an odd thing to bring up contextually, but he was also faded. So no disrespect to Dave. You hand a faded man a microphone, whatever comes out of that man's mouth is on everybody who chooses to listen. Y'all choose every week. But Dave was just sort of like, you could just tell it was awkward, man. That's what I mean. It was an awkward, I was like, how many people are here? And like, is he supposed to be telling jokes? Did they tell him to get up there and tell jokes? Because that's something Kanye would do. But so Dave aside, then Drake does a selfie video with Kanye. And Kanye posts it. And in it, Drake is sort of like sunning him a little bit. Like he's got his arm around him. He's like rubbing on his head. And he's like, ah. And then Kanye just goes into, ah. And that's all he's got. And he looks so, again, faded is the only word I could use to describe Kanye in this point. He looks completely wasted. And it's just surreal. It was just surreal. He still seemed like he didn't want to be there. Drake maybe at that point seemed like I won, because this is all leading to just this free Larry Hoover benefit concert, which I have a quote about that, by the way. Larry Hoover Jr. in an interview with the Murder Master Music Show. What? On YouTube. Quote, "It's happening. At this point, December 9th, you'll see them together," Kanye and Drake, "advocating for freeing Larry Hoover. We're going to get the word out to as many people as we can. We got to let the powers that be know that we want Larry Hoover in our community. That's going to be a big way to do it. Plus, we want to show people of other communities that we can come together in peace." Now, those are all noble causes. I mean, honestly, at this point, even for me, even just considering the Larry Hoover 1995 or whatever in the 90s stuff where he was charged again for running this gang from in prison. This man's been in prison long enough. I don't know. It's just, I don't know all the details around his case. I do know that if Kim Kardashian was willing to walk into the White House with Kanye West's crazy ass and pitch for Larry, that there must be a good reason. That's what I'm assuming at this point. This is a crazy thing I never thought I'd say. But Kim Kardashian has done a phenomenal job as an activist.
Have you seen who her new boyfriend is?
Pete Davidson. This timeline is fucking awesome.
Why?
And horrible.
How are those
I can't do it, dude.
people?
I can't do it with you. I'm sorry. I can't. I just can't. I've
Those,
seen
those,
it discussed.
those bodies are incompatible. Those
it's-
bodies, they can't smash together.
It's sad to me. Well, we don't know what that guy's got going peace-wise, bro. I've seen multiple things said recently that suggest Pete has got a hog on him. Is the thing.
Who suggested that, and in what context?
Past lovers, I suppose. I'm not sure. I don't want to give any more of my time to this conversation, Jared. I don't like it. Pete and Kim upset me now. They're dominating every fucking podcast and headline and stupid blog. It's annoying as shit to me. Kanye wants to get his wife back, Jared. They're not even divorced.
Oh, so you don't want to talk about this because you want Kanye to get Kim back?
No. I don't. Now that I'm thinking. No, I don't want to talk about it because everybody's talking about it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
yeah.
really
We don't talk about it. Everybody talks about. We talk about.
No, we do
cool
sometimes.
things.
We do sometimes. But this particular thing, I feel like, is outside my lane. Pop culture wise.
His tattoos or something else.
I saw his movie, The King of Staten Island. It was solid, man. I like Pete. I'm a fan.
I have no issue with him.
I also kind of want to fight him, but
His performance in that recent Ted Cruz Big Bird SNL skit, and maybe that was on the writers.
that SNL, you got to know that you're gonna have really bad shit sometimes.
That was
goddamn. They're not
some cringeworthy.
They're not getting the best writers anymore. I'm just saying that SNL, you know this, and part of the reason I know this is because two of them are sitting in this room with me. Well, me and you. That's what I mean. Like you and me are two of the funniest writers in America.
It's true.
I'm just saying, Jared and I have never gotten a call from what's his name?
Lorne Michaels.
Lorne Michaels. And Lorne, it's too late unless you got 20 million.
Did you know that Lorne Michaels is Al Michaels' cousin?
For each of us. We each need 20.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did know that, actually. It's a fucking bizarre... Wait, no, it's not. That's not true, you troll god.
I made that up right now.
Jared, you bastard, you almost had me. I almost was going to give you that one, too.
Yeah.
See, the only option when you're being trolled is to either go, yeah, I did know that, or to go, okay, or do what I just did and catch the person.
No, the way that
under a bridge.
the way that you own me is when what I hate them. I love when you agree with me and I trick you. I love when you go, wait, no, that's not true. I hate when you go, okay, because that doesn't give me anything to work with.
Yeah, I know. I do that on purpose.
It sucks.
You fucker. You trolling me. Stop trolling me.
I can't. People love.
Troll your fiance.
She trolls me.
That's what she's for now. Congratulations.
Congratulations to Japan.
You are not Japan, Jared.
Congratulations to
Japan. That's just not you. It's just not you. Anyway, the situation continues to get more and more bizarre. I continue to be concerned for Kanye's general well-being as a non-joke. Drake is, I can't wait to see some docs on his life when it's all said and done. We've seen a version of it with Hove, like this crazy extravagance that happens, especially after him and Bey got together. We're going to talk about Beyonce today, too. But this shit Drake's got going on, Jared, this house, you have to look up pictures of it. It is absolutely mind-boggling how insane his crib is. It's fucking crazy. But I digress. Today's episode of RBP is also brought to you by one of our new sponsors, the phenomenal Uprising Foods. Our food system is fundamentally broken, and it's making us sick at scale. The people at Uprising Food are fixing that. Their mission is to liberate all of us from a fundamentally broken food system that is stealing our health. They've nailed the taste factor on both their sourdough-esque cubes and the crunch factor on their newly launched Freedom Chips, which we love here at Bolen Media. Tastes like those old school rye chips you dig in their filling. They're really great. That's what I want in a snack. I want it to be healthy and filling, so I'm no longer hungry. And that's what Uprising Foods gives me. They've cracked the code on healthy bread. You can't find something this healthy that tastes this good, that's this fresh. Only 2 net carbs per serving, 6 grams of protein, 9 grams of fiber. All Uprising products are baked with real superfood ingredients, almonds, MCT oil, apple cider vinegar, egg white, psyllium husk, and olive oil. They cover paleo to clean keto to simple low carb to high fiber to dairy free to grain free. All the lifestyles, Jared.
Every lifestyle's covered.
Lifestyles of the rich and famous.
Lifestyles of the fiber seekers.
Uprising has made prebiotic fiber delicious with their patent-pending breakthrough in psyllium husk activation, making fantastic digestive health absurdly easy for all of us. It all comes down to taste, though, and healthy foods are littered with broken promises. That is where Uprising Foods delivers. Uprising is offering our listeners $10 off the starter bundle. That includes 2 superfood cubes and 4-pack of Freedom Chips to try. Go to uprisingfood.com/RBP and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's UPRISING food.com/RBP to get $10 off your first purchase of the starter bundle. Jared, you may have heard Taylor Swift re-released Red, a decade-old album that apparently features a 10-minute song about Jake Gyllenhaal.
Mm-hmm.
Are you a big Swiftie?
I was a very big Swiftie, her early stuff back in high school.
An actual Swiftie, or you just liked your stuff?
I liked a stable of probably at least 8 songs when I was in high school. But
I still like a stable of 8 songs, but I'm not a Swiftie.
But I don't like. I think Bad Blood's overrated.
I'm going to disagree with that. But
are you a Swiftie?
No.
Okay, I'm not.
So as far as Jake Gyllenhaal goes, I didn't even remember they dated But it's a great album, Red. And she's arguably one of the most gifted entertainers on the planet. Granted, the female toxicity in her songs is just personally off-putting to me. So I'm not a fan, is what I'm saying. Therefore, I made some jokes, as comedians are known to do, on Twitter at Taylor's expense.
So, didn't know this, didn't see this. Must have gotten, the algorithm knew I didn't want to see it, and so it just said no. You know you can't say anything bad about Taylor on Twitter, right?
That's where I'm going with this. Man, oh man, the retribution was swift and merciless. Swifties are absolutely batshit crazy. I mean, it was as if I had attacked a personal member of their family when I don't even remember what my tweet was. Like, it was so... all I said was, like, imagine dating somebody for 3 months and then still having to hear music about it a decade later. Which was just me observing Jake Gyllenhaal's position. I don't know if he's a good guy. I'm not a Jake Gyllenhaal stan. He could be a total piece of shit for all I know.
When I look at him, I think he's a good guy.
When I watch the roles he plays, though, I'm like, oh, you're a total psychopath. Because you have to be dark to be able to do these roles.
He's
Night
also...
Stalker. Have you seen Night Stalker?
No.
Have you seen Donnie Darko?
No.
Okay, you haven't seen fuck all.
Nope. I have not, sir.
I'm trying to find my Taylor Swift tweet. What were you going to say?
Well, Jake Gyllenhaal, what I remember him best from is nothing. He's the kind of actor who I know I've seen many movies that he's in.
He's in
Spider-Man?
one of the movies about Ted Cruz.
He's not Spider-Man.
He's in a movie about Ted Cruz.
What's a Ted Cruz movie?
The Zodiac Killer. It's called The Zodiac.
Oh, I have seen that one.
Yeah.
With Mark Ruffalo.
Yes, that's a great one.
I didn't know he was in that.
I can't find the tweet.
Maggie Gyllenhaal.
Anyway, I upset the Swifties.
His sister.
Very much.
An actress.
Yeah, she's a big part of this thing. Apparently, there's a scarf at her house that belongs to Taylor Swift, and it's still in that drawer to this day, according to Taylor in this 10-minute song. And then, this other celebrity, this old lady, she tweeted, hey, Jake, you should give that lady her scarf back. I'll pay for the postage. And it's like, a scarf? A 10-year-old scarf? You want a 10-year-old scarf back? That's ridiculous.
The Moz already ate it, probably.
So the Swifties come at you, but it's like I personally insulted someone in their family, and I didn't even say anything specifically dragging Taylor. I was just saying it's an amazing thing to me that 10 years later, Gyllenhaal is still being dragged through the streets, which probably does help his brand because all press is good press in this just disturbed country. But obviously, Swifties, one of the worst fan bases to offend.
Oh, yeah. The Beehive.
And I'm talking about the diehard Swifties.
Yeah.
That's the diehard fan bases are who we're talking about today, all right? So I'm a fan of many of these people I'm going to bring up here. But the point is, these are the worst fan bases to offend. Taylor Swift and the Swifties are near the top, but maybe at the top is Beyonce.
Yeah, the Beehive.
The Beehive is a terrifying group of people who will end you. They were cancel culture before cancel culture. If the Beehive got a hold of you, it was over. You were done.
They get their stingers in you.
Nothing but bee emojis and every fucking thing in reply, and they're everywhere, and they don't stop. They're relentless with their attack, their bee attack. And when they sting, they don't die.
I've always wondered this. Beyonce has an accent mark over the E, generally, right?
For the A part.
So shouldn't it be Beyonce, not Beyonce? The accent mark denotes where the emphasis is.
No, it's Beyonce.
It should be.
But the accent mark creates the say.
No, the accent mark would create the most emphasis in the entire word.
That's
the point of an accent mark.
Here's what I'm saying now. You're accusing Beyonce of having her name spelled incorrectly?
I've never heard her say her own name. Maybe she says her name Beyonce.
You think the whole world has been saying Beyonce incorrectly this whole time?
The world's been saying a lot of things wrong. People say Gal Gadot. Her name's Gal Gadot.
Who the fuck is that? We're talking about Beyonce.
Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman. You know Gal Gadot. Gal
that's
Gadot.
a tough one. She's brand new.
She's not brand new. She's like 40.
I didn't even remember she was Wonder Woman.
She's like 40.
Oh, whoa, Jared. Ageism. I'm saying she's brand new on the scene. She just got hot recently with Wonder Woman.
That was like 8 years ago.
Ageist.
Not ageist.
I'm 34, Jared. You got a problem?
Is the RBP gang on this list
Of ageist? No, it's just you.
of worst fan bases to offend? They'll come after you.
Yes, it was the last one. That was going to be my punchline.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Elon Musk, another one. I made a joke on Twitter at WR Bolen that I want to discuss briefly.
Uh-huh.
I said, this is Elon Musk talking. All I have to do is make 69 and 420 jokes and they'll worship me. And then Alien God responds, if you combine the two, they will make you the richest sentient being on earth. And I just kind of realized this dude, with all his memes and his fucking stupid tweets and jokes, he is the most blatantly manipulative and condescending asshole of the billionaires. Somehow. And that's really saying something considering Bezos had work done to go to the space that is outer. Elon still, to me, and I was a fan of this guy at one point. I liked Elon.
You bought his car.
I wanted to like Elon. I own a Tesla. I own Tesla stock. I'm out on this guy too. I am just canceling my own personal cancels of people that I once thought were tight, one by one, week by week at this point, because people can't stop doing dumb shit. And in his case, the dumb shit is he thinks we're all morons. He thinks we're just a bunch of sheeple, that we're that easily manipulated, and we are. But god damn it, don't rub it in our faces, Elon, you prick. Take your billions of dollars and live in your tiny house and do whatever the fuck it is you do. Count your billions of dollars and sell stock to pay your taxes and yada yada. But don't you disrespect us, Mr. Musk.
Yeah, that's also a rabid fan base of simps.
Yeah, they're psychos. Complete and total nuts. Love 69 and 420 jokes, though. My friggin' god. I have to imagine that juggalos are not a fan base to be fucked with. Probably not one you want to upset.
I would steer clear of ever disparaging anything related to juggalos, not even Fago.
Don't talk shit about the juggalos, bro. They'll come for you.
Potentially. We don't know, but we're not going to find out.
Trumpers will actually come for you.
They will.
You got to be careful with that shit.
And so will Pizzagate people. They'll come to your place with a gun and try to find the kids.
So will BigSausagePizza.com people who will come to your house with a giant pizza that has their cock in it that you're expected to suck afterward on film.
I've never heard of sausage.
Exactly what I just said is what it is. No mincing of words. Yeah. Hey, Barstool Sports diehards are also another fan base
God.
you do not want to fuck with, dude. And I recently did, and it was not a pleasant experience at all. And I say this knowing full well exactly who that fan base is, because it's everyone who left our show last year, for the most part. And it was who Jared and I spent most of the original part of our careers entertaining. And frankly, I got nothing against these people beyond the fact that, my God, they're a rabid bunch of psychopaths if you say anything to even mildly upset them or attack their leader, Dave. They flip their lids, dude. They absolutely lose it. And then Jared, to close it out, Ross Bolen fans.
Oh my, Ross, that's quite the joke you got there.
Please stop.
Crickets.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Please clap.
Thank you. Jared, did you know more than half of Americans are on crap health insurance plans with crazy high deductibles and copays and sky-high premiums, and it's a nightmare out there? I had to get my own insurance seriously when I started Bolen Media and became self-employed, and it is awful. It's the worst process ever. You end up not really knowing even what coverage you have and getting skewered with some crazy plan, Blue G Packet 8, and you don't even know what's in it. It's wild. That's why we're excited to introduce our sponsor, CrowdHealth. It isn't health insurance. It's a better way to pay medical expenses for some people. CrowdHealth is a community of people who are tired of paying for a broken system, a place where you can get a simple, flexible, and affordable way to pay for your health care. Being in the CrowdHealth community can save you hundreds of dollars monthly and put thousands of dollars back in your pocket in some cases. A community of health-conscious members who want to get healthy and stay healthy in return for lower prices. So I'll explain how it works. They basically get rid of the insurance middleman and pass the savings on to the members. 100% of your monthly membership pays for actual healthcare costs, helping the whole CrowdHealth community stay healthy while keeping more money in your pocket. That's the idea. The membership As a monthly subscription, you can start or stop whenever it's convenient to use. Simple and transparent pricing, customized to fit your needs. CrowdHealth lowers your monthly healthcare costs, and you can see any doctor you want. They're able to offer amazing prices because of its community and health-conscious members. For a limited time, RBP Gang, you get your first month free if you want to try CrowdHealth. And after you've been a member, CrowdHealth will include a fitness wearable. So you get your first month free, then a fitness wearable like an Apple Watch or a Fitbit or whatever you pick. There's a few options. And there's 30 days to try risk-free plus the fitness wearable right there. If you go to joincrowdhealth.com/fit and enter the code RBP at sign up, that's joincrowdhealth.com/fit. Promo code RBP. CrowdHealth is not health insurance. It's a community-powered alternative. Terms and conditions may apply. In other news, in other health news, and fast food news, we are a fast food podcast after all.
Are you
Whataburger.
I thought you were going to say the McRib was back.
Oh, fuck no. Whataburger has officially infiltrated the state of Missouri.
Oh.
They are making their nationwide takeover push. And here's a headline from KHOU 11. I don't know what the fuck that is. Missouri just got its first Whataburger, and the line stretched all the way to a nearby freeway. Now, here's what I'm interested to see. I think Whataburger is the In-N-Out of Texas. I think it's highly overrated, that it's more enjoyed by Texans, and it's more of a tradition thing. I also think it's much better than In-N-Out. I think there's more menu options that are better. The chicken fingers are phenomenal. The gravy that comes with them, the bread, the fries, chef's kiss. But Whataburger is not a restaurant, a fast food restaurant that I would expect to drive this kind of insanity, this kind of hype, this kind of chaos, okay? It's not Chick-fil-A. When we get your first Chick-fil-A in the town, I understand the line wraps around the block.
People camp out because you get free Chick-fil-A for a year.
But for Whataburger?
So, you know this happens for In-N-Out. My friend Joe, Booty Stank Joe, shouts to him.
Did it happen to ours here in Austin?
No, I actually don't think it happened here, but I think it's because there were so many Californians. They're like, I'll just fly home and get it there. I actually like mine better. The one in Culver City, yeah, it's really good. But so, Booty Stank Joe told me he lives in Denver.
Yeah.
And apparently an In-N-Out came to Denver.
This is one of Jared's friends.
Yeah. Booty Stank Joe. And
the
line was like 7 hours long or something absurd.
See, why would you see? That's not like
Well, he said you could just drive to Utah for like 6 hours away or like some shit and get it faster.
Yeah. So for those of you who are unfamiliar, Whataburger is like our Texas's fast food pride. All is about Whataburger and the burgers and the fries and
it took me
and it's the thing that made Bill Chungus. That's what the important factor for me. It is the thing that made Bill Chungus. The four factors that went into Bill Chungus were 1, Whataburger, 2, Matt's El Rancho, 3, being married, and 4, red wine. I loved red wine and I drank too much of it. It was amazing and I love it and I miss it.
Did you drink expensive red wine?
Oh yeah, baby. Nah, not really.
What's the most expensive?
$20 a bottle was my regular.
That's like
what's the most expensive bottle I've ever bought? It was like about $300, but it was Farniente because I had gone to the vineyard. Yeah, with my wife who left me. Thanks for bringing it up.
So it took me about 3 years living in Texas to finally appreciate Whataburger as an A-tier fast food restaurant. Like you said, I do think you have to live here and be involved in Whataburger culture. But also, it's like, it's open 24 hours. It is open 24 hours.
Hashtag Whataburger culture.
One of the only fast food restaurants that's good that's open 24 hours.
And I agree. I wholeheartedly agree. Great option for all-night food, Jared. One of the best, goated worldwide. Should be up there and talked about with things like Waffle House and Denny's and shit like that.
I mean, it is the best 24-hour restaurant, I think, in the world. That's not, that's not like a gimmicky 24 diner is here in Austin, really good. But
we're happy to hear from the RBP gang on y'all's thoughts on your favorite 24-hour joints. But that is definitely, I stand by Jared here. I stand by Jared. So yeah.
God, they have the all-time favorite. If you go to Whataburger, don't message us asking what to get. Look at the all-time favorites. Pick whatever one sounds best to you.
Honey butter chicken biscuit.
And get it.
Get the honey butter chicken.
And if it's between the hours of 11 p.m. and 11 a.m.,
the honey butter chicken biscuit.
You have to get the honey butter chicken biscuit as well.
This week, if you were on Patreon, you got an episode of RBP before anyone else. And frankly, a hilarious episode. Equally as good as what you just heard, if not better. And that happens every week on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. And this week, because I was sick with a messed up stomach bug Monday through Wednesday, I told a story related to that on Patreon, by the way. I decided I was going to have to cram all our weekly episodes into Friday and Saturday, so I would give our biggest supporters, those of you on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast, a little extra thank you by doing your episode first this morning with Jared and getting you your content first. So thank you for your support. Thank you all for being on Patreon. And if you're not on Patreon, that's just another added incentive to do so, because you would already had an episode of RBP many hours ago, and you didn't. And it's only you're the only person who I can blame.
Yeah, it's your fault.
And who can you blame? Only you two.
Wait, the band? Like Bono?
Yes.
And The Edge?
Yes.
Fuck you, Bono.
Fucking Bono, dude. So join today on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast. Support the podcast in exchange for more great RBP content. It could be you on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast, getting extra laughs with Jared and I weekly, and depending on which tier you pick to support the show, mental health minisodes, a monthly column updating you on the latest on Bolen Media, more columns from J-Bone and I, and the ability for us to see your comments on, comment. I see every single comment and feedback to each episode, because there's only a couple right now. There's not that many people using the comments out of the 1,100 people or however many are on there. So I've said it over and over. My goal has always been to get to 2,000 by the end of the year. That's going to be pretty fucking hard. But the more of you we can get on Patreon this holiday season, I appreciate you so much. I know you're going to be traveling more. You've got more time for RBP episodes. Please get on patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast.
Ross.
You can also DM us on there for easier feedback. We check the DMs. It's a place to tell us what you think about the show and what you want more of.
I am Santa. I'm the Jewish Santa. Okay?
Okay.
I'm here.
Is Jewish Santa just Jesus?
See,
Fat Jesus?
is Santa Jewish? Because Jesus is Jewish.
Jesus was a Jew. People forget that.
Well, I'm also the Jewish Santa, and I'm here to tell you.
Well, you're half Jewish Santa.
But I'm not here to give you something. I'm here to give you advice, which is something. What you need to do, if you are somebody who listens...
It's going to involve a candle.
No candles.
Love a good dreidel, Jared.
No candle up the bum.
Love a good dreidel.
I do too. Dreidel. I made it out of clay.
Dreidel. With dreidel, I will play.
Anyways, if you listen to RBP with your best friend, your significant other, your wife, my wife, what you need to do...
Well, not Jared's wife.
I have a fiance. If you listen
But
to
don't
RBP...
listen with Jared's fiance either, you fucking asshole.
If you do that, something's gone horribly wrong in my life.
We're going to cut your head off, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so just be aware of that.
Eat it, and then I'm going to
We're going to eat you.
Cheerios in your fucking spinal column. And
I'm going to eat a bowl of Cheerios out of your skull if you listen to RBP with Jared's fiance.
Don't do it. So, what you should do as a present, $10. A nice little $10 present.
$10.
Buy them a Patreon subscription for a year would be about $54-ish. You get a discount when you buy a yearly membership. What if like I said, if you listen to RBP with your best friend, your significant other, they would love to get an extra episode of RBP every week for a year.
Great little stocking stuffer right there, you know?
That's like over 52 hours. Most presents are used up in like 15 minutes. This is a present that'll last you over 52 hours.
Also, this community is pretty tight-knit in some circles, and I know a lot of y'all know each other, and you could give this as a gift to each other. For some of y'all, I know you're in college. Some of you get into tougher financial situations where you can't really afford $5 a month, and I totally understand that. For those of you who can, start gifting Patreon subscriptions, man. It really is a cool way to get more people involved in RBP, and in what, if you're still here and listening, you probably believe to be a pretty positive impact on your life or in some way, shape, or form, the world. So try to share it with other people. It would mean the world to Jared and I. It really is the thing that keeps our business growing, and the higher we can get our Patreon subscriptions up, the better off we are financially in a position to grow this company, hire more employees, which we already desperately need, even though we just added another one, because we have been very lucky, very fortunate that Jared and I have enough brands that are with enough steam behind them in the form of Formula Bone and RBP and OCC, and hopefully one day Banging the Can, that we just need more stuff and more work has to be done. So for those of you on Patreon, you're a big part of making that happen for us. If you're not there, we would love to have you. And this holiday season, keep in mind, great gift. Great gift.
And like Ross said, let's say you were like, man, I always wanted to do Patreon, but like I don't really have the money for it right now.
Right.
If you have presents coming in, maybe a little bit of Patreon.
You could also holler at me, man. Tweet at me on Twitter. Maybe I'll be in a good mood and give you a free month or something. Hit me up at WR Bolen. I've given out stupid amounts of money for other dumbass reasons. I might as well give out money for a good reason. $5, you know, I can spare that for some people if they want the experience. So hit me up on Twitter.
You'll give them the first month.
Not
then,
all of them,
yeah.
but some of them I'll pick and I'll give some people the first month. Yeah, and then they'll have to decide if they want to go from there. But
I like this. I like this idea.
Yeah, so hit me up on Twitter at WR Bolen, and I'll either sell you on it to do it yourself, or maybe I'll throw you a month to see you can see what it's all about, and then you can get the fuck out if you don't want to pay yourself. Because that is how it works, just to be clear. This is Jared and I's full-time job. This isn't something we do on the side. It's not like a show we do remotely from our homes or something. This is our 100% full-time focus, and not to like sit here and steal valor from people who do hard things every day, all day. But we do work our asses off, and Jared spends a silly amount of time in this office and is incredibly dedicated to this, as I am too. And we want to see it succeed, and I know many of you do too. And I'll say it time and again. The number one ways to do that, to support us and make sure we succeed, support our sponsors, use those codes, go to those URLs, hit patreon.com/Ross Bolen podcast, baby. This has been another episode of RBP. Follow Jared and I everywhere, at Jared Borslow, at WR Bolen, at Formula Bone, the Formula Bone F1 show for all your F1 needs. Oysters, clams, and cockles for the best shows and movies weekly with me and Barrett Dudley. Bolen Media has a lot to offer, folks. We do. Also, twitch.tv/BossRollin. I'm streaming a lot. I'm going to do some Halo this weekend. I'm stoked about the new Halo. I've been playing Apex Legends a ton. I've gotten pretty good. Solo Dolo Ron Bowler episode coming tomorrow in the form of your next free episode this week. So no matter what, even if you're not on Patreon, you're getting one more tomorrow on Saturday. But if you're on Patreon, you got all three in a 48-hour window this week. We love you. We appreciate you. We hope you enjoy the content. We'll be back soon. Peace.